What's up guys, and a special welcome to all the ASN Beach Body challenges. This is my week 1 meal prep for the challenge, and I'm about to take you through the meals I'm about to have for 6 days this week, and then I'll go into how I'm going to prep the meals. So first off, we've got breakfast here. Breakfast is going to be 4 wheat bix with a scoop of the ghost protein mixed with some almond milk, and we're going to top that with some raspberries and some chia seeds. So that's breakfast. We don't need to prep that at all, so that can all go back in the cupboard. The second meal we're going to do is like a shepherd's pie. So we're going to use 5-star lean beef mince. It's 200 grams a day. I'm also going to use these spud-light potatoes, which are really good for volumizing your food because they've got 25% less carbs in them. And just for some micronutrients here, we're going to go with some carrots, peas and corn. Our next meal is going to be some chicken parmies. So we've got some chicken schnitzels here. Just coals again, chicken snitties. Some of this Celebrate Health tomato sauce and 25 grams of cheese with each meal. And with that, we're just going to have some basic veggies again, just some cauliflower and broccoli again for those micronutrients and health. So they're the 3 main meals for the day. My snacks, we're going to do a rice cake and just a tin of tuna, that's one snack. We've got this YoPro protein yogurt, that's another snack. And just in the evenings, just before bed, Evolve 3-way protein, which has some slow digesting proteins to keep you full through the night. So that's the meals, that's the meal plan. 5,956 calories. With that, you've got 148 grams of carbs, 197 grams of protein, and 64 grams of fat. These macros suit me. It might not suit you. I don't advise that you copy my macros unless you're, my exact size and weight, the exact same muscle mass, do the exact same training. Calories and macros are very specific to individuals. But that's week 1. As we go through the weeks, it's an 8-week challenge, 60-day challenge. We're going to drop those calories each week. Let's get into the prep, and I'll show you how I make my meals. So this is all we've got to sort of make up, and what we're going to try and do is just go through and make what's going to take the longest, which is probably with the potatoes, and just work our way through the meals that way. So I've weighed up my potatoes here. We've got about 200 grams for each meal, a little bit over there. Take a little bit out so we can get that exact. Chicken's prepped here, just on the trays. We're getting in 2 schnitzels per meal, and we're going to make them into parmies later on. And as you can see there, we've ended up with 1,100 grams of potatoes, and we're just going to stick with that because if we do one more, it's just going to be too much. So we'll put these in a pot and get them on to boil. So the oven's preheated, so we're going to chuck our chicken in now. And for 10 minutes, and then we're going to flip them. Potatoes are on high. We're going to put a little bit of salt in and cover them up to boil. So now the potatoes and the chicken is on, we're going to start a beef mince, just a nice big pot, a little bit of oil, and then 1.2 kilos of the lean mince. Don't forget to clean as you go, it makes things easier. So my mince is starting to brown there, and while that's happening, I'm just going to prepare the veggies for my chicken meal. So that's 600 grams, so just about 100 grams for each meal to go with the chicken. All we're going to do to cook this is just put it in the microwave. Potatoes have come to a boil now. We just took the lid off there. You want to get them nice and soft. You want to be able to easily put a fork through them. So these still need a couple more minutes there. And we're again just still waiting for that mince. So the beef is just about finished browning, so we're going to add about half a bag of the veg too. Just going to put a lid on this now to help the veggies steam, and our chicken's ready to be flipped. So we're going to start flavouring the mince now. I've just got a packet of Shepherd's Pie flavouring mix, and we're going to put this in and then add a cup of water and just let that simmer for a little bit. We're going to stir this very gently because the pan is really full. Don't really want to lose anything. Our potatoes are done now too, so we're going to take them out and mash them. Garlic powder, pepper, and the pink Himalayan salt. Be generous with the seasonings, make it taste better. We're also going to do some chives for a little bit of colour and extra flavour. Our mince mixture is pretty much all cooked. We're going to take the lid off and just let it simmer down slightly, just to get some of that liquid out. Okay, so we're just about ready to start plating up everything and preparing our containers for going in the fridge and the freezer. The chicken's done, so we're going to take half of those meals out and put them in containers ready to freeze without making the palmy on top. The 3 meals for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to do the palmy now. The beef mince and the potato is ready to go, so they're just going to go straight into the containers. And they're going to freeze as is, no sauce or cheese on top of those ones. So because you know that this is enough for 6 meals, you don't need to weigh it out when you're putting it in your containers, because you'll end up eating the right amount over the whole week anyway, so you don't need to worry about having each container having the exact same amount. If one's bigger or smaller than the other, it doesn't really matter because you're going to get the same amount of macronutrients throughout the whole week. And there is our first meal all prepped. Now let's go on to finishing these. So per meal we want 25 grams of cheese and 40 ml of sauce. 75 grams there. We're going to split this between the chicken we've got there. So just making sure with the sauce there, 1 tablespoon is about 20 grams of sauce. So we're going to go with 2 tablespoons, like 1 tablespoon per chicken breast. And there's our chicken ready to go. That's going to go back in the oven just to melt the cheese slightly. While that's happening, we're just going to do the veggies, and that's the end of our meal prep. As is, these just go straight in the microwave for about 5 minutes. So our veggies have been in the microwave for 5 minutes, and they've got a little bit of crunch to them still, and that's how you want them to be. When you microwave them, they're going to go softer. So now we're going to add our duck fat, salt and pepper, and just start putting them in the containers. Pretty happy with that. Palmies are all done. Time to throw these in the containers. And that's it, the meal prep's all done. As you can see, we've got 6 of our shepherd's pie. We've got 3 chicken schnitzel and vegetable that they're gonna go in the freezer. And then we've got 3 palmies, they're gonna go in the fridge. When we take these ones out of the freezer on Wednesday night, I'm just gonna make them into palmies as I eat them. So that's my meal prep, that's how I go about it. I hope you've taken away some hints and tips on how to do it for yourself. Hope you all smash your first week on the ASN Beach Body Challenge. Remember, train hard, eat clean, and I'll see you in the next one.